advised, or we based it on this idea of the building mass, as I was describing earlier, as the backdrop in front of which then the student life would be almost like actors in a play. The next one. And so we really focused on this idea of the curtain that could inform this big facade that is the backdrop for activity. And then we started to digitalize it. So first, in grayscales, and from there, the next one, we go further into starting to see how these folds of a curtain could apply on the scale of the facade, the next one. Then we start to pull some out and overlay it with a grid. So it's this process of rationalization. Here's, you can see the pixelation of the curtain folds that then are in the end on the lower right are translated into lines of different grayscales that we knew would be part of the facade panels, part of the repertoire that Clark Pacific was able to give us to work with. And the next one. And then here you see the overlay, the integration of the window configuration together with these elements in terms of grooves and lines together then form the facade that really want to represent this idea of the flowing curtain. So somewhat this idea of a kinetic experience as you look at the facade. So then the process starts that I would describe as finding the balance between sameness and variation. So from a design standpoint, we want a lot of variation to really express this idea of the flowing curtain. From a manufacturing and construction point of view, you want more sameness in terms of really efficiency of construction. So finding that balance and was a process, an iterative process, I would say, this back and forth that we went through. The next one. So here you can see then how that is applied to the facade. The red is more a representation of a different set of reveals and density rather than an actual color. And overlaid with the position of the windows, we created a whole set of panels. In the end, I think we had about 30 different panel types, out of which we were generating 1,000 panels. And then going through the process of identifying, labeling them so that we could collaborate with Clark Pacific and really talk about each of them in detail. The next one. And then you can see the whole different range of different panel types based on, in the lower right, a system of a panel identifying the possible range of reveals and window locations. So this combination of window locations and reveal types then generated those different panels.